Welcome back to the Coffee Buzz. I'm Brad, and it's been a while. If my math is right, I'm coming up on 2 years, I think. If you've listened before, thank you for still being here in whatever way that happened, whether it's you clicking play today out of curiosity or whether you forgot you were even subscribed until this popped up. Either way, I'm really glad you're here. I took a long pause from the podcast, not because anything dramatic happened, more just life did what life does. Time got full, energy got thin, and the world got really loud. And I think I needed some quiet. But I've never really stopped thinking. I never stopped noticing things. And lately, I've felt this pull to come back, and not with some big announcement or a major production, just a cup of coffee and a small space to reflect again. And so that's what this is. It's a quiet return. Going forward, I want to keep this simple. Short episodes, maybe 8 or 10 minutes. Nothing crazy, just an idea, one at a time. And I want to use an old book as kind of a companion for that. It's called the Tao Te Ching. And just a little bit of context, if you've never heard of it, this book is an ancient Chinese text, traditionally attributed to a figure named Lao Tzu. It's more than 2,000 years old, and it's very short, only about 81 verses. But people have been living with these lines for centuries, the way that you might live with poetry. And it's not a rule book. It's not a system. It's more like a mirror. And what I love about it is that it doesn't demand belief. It just offers perspective. So I'm not here as a scholar, and I'm definitely not here to explain it perfectly. I just want to sit with it one verse at a time and just see what it brings up. So let's start at the beginning. This is verse 1. The Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the origin of heaven and earth. The named is the mother of the 10,000 things. I've always loved how the Tao begins with basically a warning. Like it's saying, the moment you try to pin down something with words, you've already missed something. The deepest things don't fit cleanly into language. You can talk about them, but you can't quite capture them. And I really identify with that the older that I get, because so much of life is like that. You can name things like success, failure, progress, productivity, but underneath all those labels, life is still moving, still unfolding, and it's still mysterious. And maybe the problem isn't that we don't have enough answers. Maybe the problem is that we cling too hard to the names. I think about how much of modern life is about naming. Job titles, success, metrics, likes, deadlines. Even our own identities come down to these little boxes. People say things like, I'm behind. I should be more consistent. I'm not doing enough. And the Tao comes in and says, before all that, there is just being, breathing, existing, something unnamed, something real. And I think that's part of why I wanted to return this way. Not with pressure, not with some big production plan, just something small and true. Because I don't want this podcast to be another thing that I measure myself against. I want it to be a practice of noticing, a place where we don't have to name everything so quickly. So maybe that's the invitation of verse 1. Let life be a little unnamed again. Let yourself not know. Let yourself not force meaning too fast. Just sit with the mystery for a minute. Coffee helps, of course. Silence helps. And a few honest words help. So that's the beginning. Verse 1. Thank you for being here. If you want to come along, I'll be back soon with another short episode, another verse, and another reflection. No rush, no pressure, just a little space. Until then, take care of yourself, and wherever you are, keep a little room for the unnamed.